Another US delegation arrives in Taiwan. Taiwan strengthens defense through UAV drones. Hong Kong suffers biggest ever population drop as exodus accelerates. Egyptian fire kills at least 41 people. Women stage rare protest in Kabul. Taiwan blames politics for cancellation of global pride event.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News. It's Tuesday, August 16th, and here are your top stories. Just 12 days after U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, another congressional delegation has arrived in the island nation. The group, led by Senator Ed Markey of Massachusetts, is set to meet with top officials including President Tsai Ing-wen and Foreign Minister Joseph Wu. According to the American Institute in Taiwan, U.S. delegates will discuss issues such as regional security, trade, and global supply chains. Taiwan has stated that the visit is another testament to the rock-solid partnership between Taiwan and the U.S.
Arriving Taipei on a charter flight, the three U.S. delegates are warmly welcomed by Taiwan Foreign Minister Joseph Wu and American Institute in Taiwan Director Brent Christensen.
However, China has once again declared its disapproval of such high-ranking visits to Taiwan. On Sunday, China's embassy in Washington said that the U.S. has spared no effort to stir up confrontation and interfere in China's internal affairs. Last week, China also reiterated its stance against separatist activities in Taiwan and reaffirmed its threat to take Taiwan back with force if necessary. The U.S., on the other hand, sees its visit as a way to encourage stability and peace across the Taiwan Strait.
Taiwanese authorities have opened a research and development center for unmanned aerial vehicles. The center, which brings together industry, government, and academia, is located in Chiayi, in a county in southern Taiwan. Facilities have been set up by private drone makers, Defense Ministry-affiliated agencies, and universities. The aim is to explore cutting-edge drone technologies which combine artificial intelligence and other applications. In addition, the facility will develop a flying telecom relay station that is set to help strengthen Taiwan's defense capabilities. An opening ceremony was held on Saturday. Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen, as well as the defense minister and other officials, were in attendance.
以及各界共同努力之下，研发中心已经顺利完工。那我们嘉义县将成为全国最完整、最优质的无人机产业聚落。
President Tsai said Russia's invasion of Ukraine has shown the importance of unmanned aerial vehicles, and she expects the UAV industry to grow in importance. Thunder Tiger said the UAV, which the president reviewed on Saturday after she inaugurated the government-run drone R&D facility, could be used for national defense purposes such as border surveillance and patrols. Tsai also noted that Taiwan will actively boost its capabilities to defend itself and cope with the disparity in military power with China.
Last year was the steepest decline in Hong Kong's population since 1961, which was the year the Hong Kong government started tracing population figures. The city's total population dropped from 7.41 million to 7.29 million, a 1.6% decrease. Around 113,200 residents left Hong Kong over the past year, compared to 89,200 the year before. Experts blame the decline on strict COVID control measures and a political crackdown that have taken the shine of a financial hub, long advertised as Asia's world city.
Hong Kong is reporting a record drop in population, according to this new census data just out. Over the past 12 months or so, some 113,000 residents have left the city.
Throughout the pandemic, experts and industry leaders have warned that the city's heavy-handed COVID-19 restrictions would drive away residents, travelers, and expatriates. As the rest of the world started opening up, Hong Kong chose to take the same old route of strict ruling over borders and air routes, which eventually took a heavy toll on its economy. The other major factor was Beijing's political crackdown on the city. After 2019, a year many Hong Kongers protested against the government, Beijing then imposed a sweeping national security law, wiping out all formal opposition. Many former protesters have fled overseas to avoid persecution.
Dozens of people have died after a fire broke out at a church in Egypt, many of them crushed during a desperate scramble to escape. Officials say the number killed is at least 41, with dozens more injured. Many children are believed to be among the 41 people that were killed. Just before 9 a.m. local time, an electrical fire swept through a Coptic Abu Safin church in Imbaba, Giza, in which 5,000 people had gathered for Sunday morning services. Electrical fires are not rare in Egypt. In late 2020, a fire at a hospital treating COVID-19 patients killed at least 7 people.
Fire services said the exact cause of the fire remains unclear. However, Father Farid Fahimi from another nearby church in the Imbaba neighborhood told the AFP news agency that it was sparked by a short circuit. The Egyptian president, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, offered his sincere condolences to the families of the innocent victims that have passed on to be with their Lord in one of his houses of worship. He has ordered the armed forces to rebuild the church.
Shots rang out into the air last Saturday as Taliban fighters attempted to break up a rare protest organized by 40 women in Kabul. The protest occurred 2 days before the first anniversary of the Taliban regaining control of Afghanistan from U.S. forces. The group, chanting bread, work, and freedom, marched in front of government buildings before fighters started firing into the air. Fortunately, there were no injuries or deaths reported because the women were able to take refuge in neighboring shops and residences.
After seizing control last year, the Taliban promised to rule in a more progressive manner than their last reign, which lasted from 1996 to 2001. However, many restrictions have already been imposed, especially on women, to make the populace adhere to a strict interpretation of Islamic law. Tens of thousands of girls are unable to attend school, and women have been barred from many government positions. According to Richard Bennett, the U.S. Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in Afghanistan, such policies are aimed at making women invisible in the society.
World Pride, one of the biggest events in the LGBTQ community, was set to be held in Kaohsiung in 2025. However, it has been canceled due to a dispute over the event's name. The Taiwanese organizing committee claimed that Interpride, an international organization that has put on numerous Pride events over the years, changed the previously agreed upon name because of political reasons. Out of concerns of harming Taiwanese gay community, Taiwanese organizers have decided to drop the project.
Taiwan has been using the name Chinese Taipei for global events to avoid political problems with China, which views the self-governing democratic island as its territory and bristles at anything that suggests it is a separate country. Originally, the name of the event was set to be World Pride Kaohsiung, Taiwan. According to the chairman of the local World Pride Taiwan 2025 organizing committee, Interpride had recently suddenly asked to remove the word Taiwan from the title, saying that the tradition of the World Pride has always been using the host city's name.
And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News. Let's make every day a fun day. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I will see you next time.